Dan finally accepts that he was jealous of Ejike because Ejike is richer than all of them in this their friendship. Hey! Episode 27, where we all got it wrong. Guys, in this episode, Mama visited Ejike in so much anger. Like, Mama came to Ejike's office, took his money in the drawer and spread it round the table. Mama started putting it inside a bowl, a plate. You guys remember the rubber plate, the small plate that Ejike used in serving Mama food, and asked Mama to sit on the floor to eat the food. Mama picked up that same plate and started packing the money inside the plate. Ejike came in as greedy as Ejike. Ejike was not even scared of Mama. He was picking some of the money and putting it in his pocket, telling Mama that this money belongs to him. Oh my God. And later, out of his greediness, he wanted to grab Mama, and that was how Mama disappeared. God. Then, Ejike later realized that it was a dream. Instead of him to accept it like that, he was still telling his wife Monachi that Mama was stealing from him. God, can you imagine Ejike? Then Monachi told him that it was just a dream. That, are you scared? Okay, let me tell you what to do. Monachi said, if what you said, you really believe in it, what you have to do is go to the village and do the right thing. What Mama needs is a proper burial. Once you do this, Mama will stop visiting you and everything will be fine again. Instead of Ejike to accept it, he started saying all sort of things, calling Mama all sort of names as usual. The following morning, Ejike dressed up so early while Monachi was making breakfast. The next thing, Ejike came out and said he's going to the office. Monachi said, breakfast is ready. Why don't you wait and eat? He said no, that Monachi has never touched money before. So Monachi does not know the value of money. He doesn't know what it means for his money to be stolen by his mother. That he's going to the office to check if the money he kept there is still intact. So he refused to eat breakfast and left the house in a hurry. Monachi was feeling so bad because Ejike called her names even before going to that office. Monachi was not happy about it. Monachi was like, is this marriage? Why is my own marriage so different? Like she's not appreciated in the marriage. No regard, no respect or whatsoever. So Ejike left the house. On his way, he called Dan. Oh my God. Can Ejike ever learn? Guys, do you think Ejike is ever going to learn? He called Dan, telling Dan how Mama visited him in a dream and stole all his money. And Dan, for the very first time, said, it's just a dream. Yeah? Okay. He said he has something he wanted to tell him, but he guessed he can just wait for you to come back from the office. Ejike said, no, Dan, I'm coming to pick you right away. So together they can both go to the office to check if everything is still in place. That was how he drove to meet Dan. Guys, do you know that when Dan was having a discussion with Andy, they were just having a drink. They were waiting for Ejike and Ejike never turned up. Dan was like, is it that Ejike is not coming? So Andy said, let him be. Ejike is passing through a lot. He needs some space. So let him be. Dan was like, so you mean I'm going to be having this drink alone with you? And Andy said, and who said I want to have a drink with you? Who do you think you are? You know? So he said, Dan, let's be sincere. You know what you are doing is wrong. Why do you keep misleading Ejike? You and I knows that you do not really care about Ejike. you don't really love him the way you pretend to do. Because the last time in the village, when the youth were after him, when the youth attacked him, you ran away. You couldn't even give him a happy hand. So what do you call that? You push him into trouble and then leave him alone inside the trouble. He said, what will you have me do? So let me tell you, guy, I choose my battle wisely. Okay, you choose your battle wisely, and you decided to push Ejike into the battle that you know he is not going to succeed. You know, Dan accepted for the very first time that Andy, you know that in this our friendship, Ejike is richer. He's richer than all of us, and he carry himself like our God, or he carry himself like there is nobody like him. So I don't think there is anything wrong if I try to mislead him a little bit so that to make him fall. Oh my God, I can't believe Dan opened his mouth to say this, that there is nothing wrong for him advising Ejike negatively just to bring him down so they can be of the same size, so they can be equal, like all of them will be poor. Oh my God, people are really mean. Like a lot is really happening in this life. Dan opened his mouth to say this, and Andy was shocked. Dan went as far as saying that, what did I cause? I gave him some bad advice, but I never forced him to accept it. Yeah, you were there giving him good advice. He could have accepted yours. He's an adult. He has his own mindset. Like, he can choose what he really wants. So honestly, Dan is right. Although Dan is wicked, Dan is not a good person, but he's right. Ejike is also not a good person. If not, he could have taken the good advice instead of digesting the bad one, because Andy was always there for him. But no, he doesn't regard Andy. Imagine him going to the office. The first person he called is Dan. When he's going to have a negative thought, he always runs to Dan. He doesn't go to Andy. Why? Because he doesn't appreciate Andy's suggestion. So you see, I think Ejike is responsible for himself. But Dan, in the other hand, is a kind of friend that nobody wants to come close to. He's a kind of friend that I personally will not wish for my enemies. That is if I have one. But you see, Ejike on his own is, I don't know what to call him. Ejike is not a good person at all. Ejike is even more wicked than Dan, if you ask me, because Dan only advise. It is Ejike that executes. So guys, drop your opinion in the comment section. This is my own opinion, right? Please drop your thought in the comment section. Share this video for other people to watch, right? What do you think about today's episode? Guys, drop it under the comment section. Share the video. If this is your first time coming across this page, follow and like this page on your notification bell, so that whenever we drop a video, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye-bye for now.